In possibly the biggest fixing scandal in sports history, Arnold Rothstein became the man that placed a stain on America's pastime. Mr. Rothstein became the center of blame for the fixing of the 1919 World Series. The 1919 Chicago White Sox were indefinitely the best and most underpaid baseball team in America. 8 White Sox players, including the great shoeless Joe Jackson, were accused of deliberately losing games in the World Series in order to receive a big payday. Joseph Sullivan, a big gambler in New England, agreed to pay the players a total of $100,000 to be split among the 8 players. All they had to do? Purposely lose 4 of the 7 games in the World Series.
After the World Series, Jackson and the 7 other players admitted their role in the scandal. However, the confessions mysteriously disappeared. With no evidence, the judge was forced to throw the case out, clearing Arnold, Rothstein, and the players. In 2017, the players are long gone, but the controversy still rages on. The 1919 Black Sox scandal started out as just a few players trying to get rich, but ended up being one of the biggest and darkest events in baseball history.
The Black Sox scandal can be linked to the beginning of cheating in the world of sports, including the modern-day use of drugs and steroids. Although this put a damper on America's pastime, citizens still had faith in the game. When Babe Ruth entered the baseball world in the 1920s, the goodness of baseball began to emerge once again.
Everything about the 1920s set up the next 90 years of America's favorite game. Radio, newspapers, corking the baseball, the Negro League, and the new stadiums began transforming the game. Radios were mass-produced for very cheap and could be used to broadcast the games across the nation. Big newspapers began to have sports sections and baseballs where the cork center changed the emphasis from pitching to hitting. Negro Leagues allowed some baseball's greatest talents to emerge, and new stadiums were built to allow for more people to come watch games in person.
Babe Ruth,
the Sultan of SWAT, the King of Crash, the Colossus of Clout, the Colossus of Clout, Babe Ruth, the Great Bambino,
emerged as baseball's greatest icon in the 1920s. Breaking record after record in the 1920 baseball season, he secured his spot with baseball legends. Thanks to Ruth, home runs became the predominant force of the game. Other great players of the 1920s include Lou Gehrig, Grover Cleveland, Jimmy Foxx, and Walter Johnson. In the 1920s, baseball served as a means of bringing the American people together. In an era filled with social classes, baseball began bridging gaps between the upper, lower, and middle classes.